Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me today. Well, there are always lots of things in the news lately, and most of them not so pleasant. But aside from coronavirus news, we have the State Department Inspector General was fired, Mr. Linick. And at first it came out that he was fired because he was investigating Pompeo for misuse of taxpayer funds, to have staffers do basic errands for him, get his dry cleaning and such. But now there's a report that he was investigating the Trump administration for arms sales to Saudi Arabia. And everybody, a lot of people, even a couple of Republican senators are getting a bit alarmed at the way this president fires IGs like it's no big deal. Like Christy Grimm, the IG that says, oh, there's not enough PPE for the hospitals, right? Not enough masks, not enough, just wrote a report, with the facts. And of course, then she got fired. All these IGs are getting fired. And there were others before, too. Anybody who seems to want to tell the truth or is in charge of oversight is got a short-lived career. So I want to know, was he fired because he was investigating Pompeo's misuse of taxpayer dollars, or was it because he was investigating Trump's arms sales to Saudi Arabia? Because remember how that was so terrible? And most Americans were really not behind that at all. Having learned about it and realized that Saudi Arabia was going to use these against innocent people, more than likely, civilians. So let's see. All right, Spirit. So what was behind Linick's firing? How about that? In the heart of the matter, we have the page of coins. Oh, yeah, this is a reminder that he wasn't exactly fired. He was moved, right? Different job. Okay, that's what they would say. The 7 of coins that's why they thought they could get away with it. I get it, is the challenge card, the 7 of coins. Yeah, Trump did not feel safe at all. The administration did not feel safe at all in this investigation into either of them. Saudi Arabia, arms sales, misuse of taxpayer funds. It didn't matter. The Trump administration didn't feel safe in any of it. And they didn't want somebody who would actually do their job and look into these things and provide oversight. And he came up as the latest one that does that has scruples, that is doing the job they're supposed to do. And so out he goes. Because that's just what Trump has been doing. He's been weeding out. He's been trying to weed out everybody who's going to actually do their job. Underneath it all, we have the Chariot. Well, that did speed it up, though. That did speed it up. So this Linick was about to come on to something really interesting, or already had, but he hadn't got enough information about it. He hadn't made a report yet. Past magician. Yeah, so he was good at it, too. That's a problem. Above it all, 7 of Wands. He stood his ground. Oh, so they did try to dissuade him. So if he is testifying in any kind of investigation, I kind of think he will be, you will hear about how efforts were made to dissuade him from looking into both Pompeo and perhaps this as well, the Saudi Arabia weapons. Yeah. And maybe something else even, this pattern. But he stood his ground. So this is the whole, this is the Trump administration routine. It's their set way of doing things. First, we'll try to dissuade him from it. We'll try to give him the message that he is not to do that. See how that goes over. And if that doesn't work, well, we can always fire him. Or better yet, put him in a different job. And so we're maybe protecting ourselves from consequences of firing him. That kind of thing. In the near future is death, the ending, an ending. I feel like that is a blow. What is that? I'm hoping that that means that this endless parade of people being fired and demoted for doing their jobs is going to be ending. Let's see. Pregnant with a new possibility. They've gone too far with this one. Okay, I think they've gone too far with this one. There will be an investigation. There will be another scandal. There will be all of these things. And it'll be more than just, not to say that's okay to misuse taxpayer dollars to turn staffers into your personal gophers. But, there's going to be something serious coming out of this. Root of the matter, 8 of Wands, because there's so many things that need to be investigated. And it's all going in the same direction. Immediate environment, we have the 4 of Cups. Right now, nobody's talking. Right now, this Linux is not wanting to talk to the administrator. I feel like they're trying to get him to see it's in his best interest for his future career to not say anything. I just don't think he's hearing it. Maybe they're even dangling a really nice position or financial reward. Yeah, there's something. 9 of Cups for the hopes and fears. That's Trump. Well, Trump has all the hopes and fears about this. Trump is actually, he's spinning. He is not doing well. He is not doing well. He is spinning. He is like, so many fires to put out. So many fires to put out. And he's mad about it. Like he's beset. He's set upon. Poor Donald Trump. He's mad about it. Why are there so many fires to put out? Why? This is such an unwieldy group of employees. Such an unreasonable, such a rebellious group of employees. He's never seen anything like this. That's what's wrong with government. This is like the kind of thinking he has. He has no understanding that that's not what these folks are to do. They're not to help him get away with things and serve him as his employees. He believes that other people had actually had them do that too. I'm back. A little interruption. But I was saying that Trump is, I could almost hear his thoughts. Like these are quite a group of rabble-rousers in his mind. That's why he can so... without any kind of guile or any kind of artifice, he can just say in a press conference, who is it? Who is it that wrote about the no PPE? Who is it? What's her name? Probably an Obama appointee. Made it very clear. He was mad at her for saying the truth. And he can do that because he really thinks that that's reasonable of him. That's a reasonable stance that he has. He is crazy. All right. Well, outcome, 9 of Swords. He's very worried about this situation, actually. There's more that can be uncovered. He doesn't want coming out. Clarifier, because he's really worried about the election. Clarifier is the 4 of Coins. He wants to hang on. He wants, but there is some also greed. There's some greed there. Miserliness. There's some, I want to keep what he has. I got this a couple of days ago, a little note like, let's look at his financials now. Because I know in the early days of his presidency, there was all this, well, he's losing money. I don't think that's been the case in recent months, maybe even many months. He's found a way to make money, buku bucks, not a little bit here and a little bit there, but buku bucks off of this presidency, and that he doesn't really want looked into. And we have the Hanged Man also. So there's a delay in all of this stuff coming forward, but gosh, it really is pregnant with the possibility. And I feel like Linick is talking to people about investigation and what he might say. Yeah, this is not good for him. This is not good for Trump at all. More will come out, There's so much dirt. So there we go. All right, well, we'll see how all of this plays out, but I thank you very, very much. And I have to tell you guys, I have been feeling like in the last several days, I just keep hearing this. Now start hoping more. Like this voice. Now start hoping more. I mean, in our government. So many of us, we've seen our government fail again and again regarding constraining the executive branch. And not for lack of trying, not for lack of trying, but it's just not happened the way it's supposed to happen. There's enough corruption within our government that a very corrupt president could do a lot of damage and bend a lot to his will during this time. And that's been very frustrating and disheartening and alarming, all those things. However, I keep hearing this new hope. Bring new hope. Latch on to new hope. Believe. Like there are things coming in the next months that will give us more hope that maybe our government can hold this man accountable and bring him under control and kick him out, get rid of him out of politics. I mean, that our government can do that. We're coming upon a bend in the road, apparently. Yeah. Anything else about that, Spirit? I should probably shuffle. I don't know if I've been shuffling. I've been talking. I usually do. Yeah. Anything else about that bend in the road? Like the tide is turned. Like these are the kinds of things I'm hearing. Page of Wands. Something. Somebody has taken on a goal. It's brand new. The Empress again. It is with this set of investigations because people have had enough. Our lawmakers have had enough. They're like, oh gosh, we have to launch another set of investigations because, yeah, they had to set the stage so they could do it by Zoom, but they had to launch another set of investigations because they are alarmed by how rapidly he is purging the ranks of anybody who would hold him accountable. They are alarmed. What about Republicans? So I guess Grassley said something about, not being okay with this and maybe even in favor of investigation. So what about the Republican senators? Where are they at with this, Spirit? Well, they do want to delay. They want to delay investigations. There's Pelosi. They just don't want Pelosi to have a win. The two scales on the justice card, though. So there's a mixed bag there. There are some that are concerned about justice. But then again, they've caved to the majority a lot of times. What's going on with that, Spirit? Yeah, it's because that money, that generational money, 3 of Wands, but they do worry about what will come in and they want to win. Yeah, so they probably officially would cave. But there are some who are also concerned about that. And that may then allow a little here and there, Okay. All right. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anyway. We don't have to wait for the Republican lawmakers to come around. I keep hearing at some point everything will be so obvious that the Republicans and Democrats together will need to end some of this corruption. And now that's making more sense. I've heard that for a year and a half, and now that's making more sense with this pandemic. Because it's sort of like all of us were going, okay, but how's that going to happen? What's going to change everything? This has a way of changing things. All right. Well, I thank you all so very much. Hang in there and believe, because apparently we're supposed to have new hope. Okay. You know what? I believe in those. I believe in those um, repeated kind of messages I get from Spirit, because they've always been true. This is the one where, I felt like Spirit had an arm around me, and even in 2018, just saying, look out, look afar, look further out. It's coming. It's coming. And remember how long it took for all of those votes to come in and make people start calling it a blue wave in the House? Remember that? And then when I kept hearing, it's enough. It's enough. There's going to be enough of a victory for the Democrats to bring this man under control. And they had been able to do impeachment. They have been able to do all kinds of things. I mean, think if the Republicans had the House. My gosh. So there had been enough. I think it meant enough to keep us from, tottering off the edge of democracy, actually. But it was enough. It will be enough. Right. And so I do take seriously when I hear those kinds of messages, and I feel like I hear them repeatedly. And the latest one like that is, there's new hope. It's time for new hope. Okay. Well, on that note, take care. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.